Mainstream media are doing their dirty work again. Nature just published an article titled China's animal protein-rich diets are increasingly reliant on Brazil's land and water resources. Then something like the New York Times rushed to report it. The US-China trade war gives Brazil's soybeans a chance, but puts forests at risk. Kind of like at what cost narrative. The message is obvious. Since China no longer buys American soybeans, Brazilian farmers are supposedly cutting down forests to plant more soybeans. The hidden tongue is basically every time a Chinese person eats a piece of meat, a puff of smoke rises from the Amazon. Because apparently Brazilians have to burn forests for plantation. What if we can protect the Amazon? If they truly care about protecting Brazil's forests, why doesn't the US just send the soybeans to China for free? Then China wouldn't have to buy from Brazil, right? They've been using the same smear trick for ages. But of course, China is already predicted that. Look at this photo. The first shipment of deforestation-free Brazilian soybeans. Surprised, right? China has for years been importing environmentally certified soybeans from Brazil because it has invested in Brazil's agriculture and improved its farming technology. As a result, Brazil's soybean yields have grown without expanding farmland. China actually foresaw that this mainstream media wouldn't one day accuse it and Brazil of destroying forests, because that's what these people do, malicious and not particularly bright. Here's the best part. China's deforestation-free soybean standard was recognized in 2023 by the European Feed Manufacturers Federation and was even included in Europe's own purchasing standards. They are so ruthless, they end up slapping their own faces. These same media once mocked China for planting trees in the desert, saying it was destroying the ecosystem. Now they say China is destroying forests. It's kind of funny. If deforestation is bad and planting forests is good, then fine. Since China stopped buying US soybeans, America now has all their empty farmland. Perfect opportunity to plant trees. The government could hire unemployed or bankrupted farmers to plant for forests. In time, the US could grow a forest even bigger than the Amazon. And it would actually help. The Organana aquifer beneath the Great Plains has dropped over 50 meters due to over-irrigation for grain farming. Experts say it could dry up within 20 years. China buying less US soybeans will ease that pressure. China gets the blame, America gets the benefit. Or there's another solution. If American farmers still want to make money, they could just grow hemp. It's legal in most US states now and even in Canada and some European countries like the Netherlands. There's always a market for that, right? And let's not forget, those US soybean fields used to be forests too. Look at those old photos. Enormous thousands-year-old trees, all cut down in a few decades to make room for farming. Isn't it a tragedy? America now has so few forests, it even has to import lumber from Canada to build houses. Wouldn't it be better to reforest instead? In a few thousand years, the US could once again be the lungs of the earth, with an endless timber for homes. Honestly, Trump really deserves some criticism, but in the opposite way, asking China to buy US soybeans was a mistake. It went against the dream of restoring America's forests. The US government shouldn't give up the idea of a green, forest-rich homeland just to earn a bit of money like selling soybeans. It should support returning farmland to forests for the good of its land, its people, and the planet. Follow me, an Easter perspective to see the world.